See, this is why podcasts are better than therapy. I actually now have a better place to funnel my frustration.
Yep, that's why it's good.
Steve and Jason met while co-hosting one of the first podcasts ever, hundreds of miles away from each other, but bonded through the magic of the internet. Since the end of that podcast in 2023, the geeky guys decided to keep on hanging out and keep podcasting, because still after all these years, Steve and Jason are having a real fun time. All right, so I don't know if you can tell from the terror in my voice, but I have to do a deep clean.
Okay, of like your body?
Well, that too, but more the house. So, as you know, and listeners know, I've been living with just my son for the last few months. Well, this week, we're trading off. I'm going to go back up to Seattle, be with my daughter, and my wife's going to come down here to Utah to be with my son for a while, which means I have to clean this pigsty up. I hate this. I don't know why I do this to myself. Every time I'm away from my wife, I'm like, I'm going to clean up as I go. And I honestly think that I do. I've been cleaning that kitchen every night. It's disgusting. I can't undisgusting it. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know how my wife does it. I do know how my wife does it. She doesn't have any hobbies. She just cleans the kitchen.
Oh,
I'm not prepared to do that.
I love how just casually you just threw her under the bus. I don't know how she does it. Wait, no, I do. She has no life. That's right. I'll make this her fault.
Not so much her fault, but I'm just like, this is why I'm not better. I'm addicted to this podcast, and I'm just not going to let it go. Someone's got to make these videos, and that someone's going to be me, gosh darn it. And if that means that I only run the dishes every other day instead of every day, well, then I'm just going to have to take that. And I'm normally okay with that until 2 days before I get on the plane and I realize my wife's going to come here and blame all this on me. So I got to get this place clean.
So you've had this arrangement for a while now. You've switched off at least once, I think, before. So is this something you got in trouble for last time? Like you made the place where you were staying too dirty and she told you better clean it next time because I'm not coming back if you don't.
No, I just know that it doesn't matter what I do or where I go. My wife thinks I'm disgusting. And I'm trying to get ahead of that.
Okay, wait. Does she think you're disgusting because you're disgusting?
Yeah, but I got things to do.
I mean, I like a clean house. I see piles of crap upstairs when I go upstairs and tell my wife, like, okay, we got to take care of this. This is just getting to be too much. And, she works a lot and she works from home. So she, doesn't take her work home with her because she's always home. And she also makes, especially now, way more money than I do. So I can't, if I want to keep my lifestyle of being able to buy whatever I want, whenever I want, I can't argue with her about it because then she's like, well, you want me to stop working so much and then I'll not get paid as much and lose my job possibly. And you won't get to buy ridiculous stuff all the time. And I don't even want to have that conversation. I'm just like, no, it's fine. But my piles of crap, I clean up like regularly because I don't want to look at them. So we're different in that. I'm not like your wife where that's my hobby. But I definitely have to make sure the house is in decent order before I go to bed. Case in point, when we go on Christmas morning, when we go to father-in-law's house or my sister-in-law, wherever we end up going, before we go, we've opened our presents that we had at home. And so we leave just a massive mess of present paper and tissue paper and presents just laying out where, we're going to get to them later. And one year we went and did that. And when we came back in the door, the mess just hit me in the face when we walked through. And I just got so depressed and angry all at once. And I told myself the next year, which was this past year, we're not doing that. So I was like, before we go out the door, give me your presents. We're going to put them in a nice, neat stack, at least to go upstairs before we leave. Take them all the trash. We're going to throw away the paper. Let's fold the tissue paper neatly. And that made us an hour late for Christmas. I got yelled at for that. But at least I felt better when we got back home.
You see, stacking things shouldn't take an hour. I think both of you are broken.
There's more mess than just that. It was a big present opening mess.
Are you meticulously folding the paper before you stick it in the garbage can? Come on. How retentive is your anal right now? That's what I want to know.
In this case, you're talking about tissue paper. Tissue paper you fold back up because you can use it again.
Okay, see, this is the problem. You're broken. You're reusing garbage.
No, I'm not. Tissue paper is a very reusable resource.
I mean, it can be, but time isn't. So you're choosing to trade time, which is irreplaceable, for tissue paper, which is replaceable.
Okay. What are you refusing to trade so that you can't clean up just a tiny bit before you go to bed?
All right, inside baseball, because I edited the big jump out. My son just comes home. I've got the headphones on, so I can't really hear, but I can hear that he's reacting highly to something. So I go to look because I thought, oh, maybe something dramatic happened, and he's freaking out about that. No, he is accusing me of peeing on the bathroom floor because the toilet leaked.
Just two bros living together. Bro, you peed on the floor. Bro, it's just the toilet. You gotta take better care of it. Bro, you take care of the toilet. Bro, we both gotta take care of the toilet.
Yeah. But you see, this is what I'm talking about. Kids are blank slates. They come into the world without an opinion. And this child has absorbed his mother's opinion of his father that he is a disgusting man-child that pees on the floor. And so whenever there is a liquid on the bathroom floor, he's going after it.
You were so concerned when you left. And I was like, oh man, this could be something serious. Oh man. And I was thinking, okay, he's going to come back and it's going to be so serious that he's like, okay, we can't podcast anymore. Sorry. And we just don't get to record this rest of this episode, and that's fine. Or B, you guys are pulling like an elaborate post-Halloween prank on me because you know I freak out so easily. And like your body just comes flying in the door and your son like comes in with like makeup on or something. And he's like, he just murdered you and he's possessed or something. Like, I was like, either one could equally happen. And then I didn't pick up C, where your son was just pissed off at you for what he assumed was you peeing on the floor. Which I would assume if he's mad about something like that, it's because it's happened before.
No, I do not pee on the floor. Especially not that much. There was a lot of water on the floor, and it was coming from the base of the toilet. Obviously, that toilet has been a huge pain in my butt since I got here. It doesn't flush half the time. The other half, it won't stop running. Sometimes it'll flush, but doesn't bring in new water. Sometimes it just leaks all over the floor. So, you know what? This house is haunted. Also, because you're so easily scared, the back door opened on its own today while I was working. Just opened. It was locked, I'm pretty sure, because we usually lock it. So, you know what? Yeah, ghosts, Jason. Live with that. I live with ghosts and somebody here murders baby dolls.
It possibly pees on the floor. We're not sure.
The ghost did it.
Exactly.
The last ghost was trying to like make sure her taxes were filed. This ghost is just gonna pee on the floor. It's real, and that's the ghost. Okay, so this is the story I was trying to tell. Okay, all coming together. So I'm like George R.R. Martin, or J.R.R. Tolkien, or Steve R.R. Awesome, because the original story that I was trying to get to through my elaborate setup. We bought the house. We did a tour to do a final walkthrough, and then we were like, okay, we want to have someone come through and do some cleaning and just to like make sure everything's clean before we move in. When I say we, I mean my wife. I was pretty sure it was already cleaned, but she's like, no, let's get someone to clean the carpet and do a deep clean of everything. Fine. It's not going to stay clean. You know who you live with. But I go and we go and we pay for that. And then the cleaner sent us a very detailed explanation of everything they cleaned. Like, they didn't want to be accused of saying they cleaned something and it didn't get cleaned. So they had a before and after picture of everything. So we had a few spots on the carpet. They kind of power washed the driveway. And he's like, and then we cleaned this toilet. And he sent us before one that had a skid mark on it that I swear I didn't leave there, but my wife is sure I did. Now, I think it was a ghost. We've got a ghost. Their only way to interact with the physical plane is through opening doors and using the bathroom inappropriately.
I love this ghost is consulting the Beetlejuice handbook to try and get these people out of its new house, or its house. And what it's coming up with is just making your wife increasingly frustrated with you not cleaning the house. This ghost learned how to do skid marks just to get rid of you.
Might be how it got rid of the people in the past. We don't know how far back this goes. I got to dig up the records. I'm going to go to town hall and find what this house was built on. So anyway, I was mad at that cleaner. Now I'm mad at the ghost. This is why podcasts are better than therapy. I actually now have a better place to funnel my frustration.
Yep, that's why it's good.
And if this ghost lives here, I can, work through this. I can get him back.
Well, you got the wrong kind of cleaner. When you said cleaner and you were talking about ghosts, I thought you were going to say like the cleaner came in with like sage and was like, doing this all over the house.
Like I'm just kooky enough that I'm like, that's not a bad idea. We could get a ghost person to like burn some sage and make this place, more sacred, more attuned to the earth goddess. I don't know who likes it when you burn sage. I know it's not Jesus because it's not in the Bible, but somebody likes it.
Jesus. I love the idea of Jesus being the one that loves sage. I just love the earthy tones, man.
If you're going to burn something, sage is like mid-tier. If you want something that just smells better, there's way better smells than sage.
Lavender?
Yeah, lavender. Even incense is better. Sandalwood. Warm pumpkin pie. Like, that's a good smell.
Just going through all the candle scents that I remember from when I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond. Or the seasonal candles in Yankee Candle had. Talk about a feast for the senses. Go to the Yankee Candle store. Oh my God. Like where they make the Yankee Candle and they have like all the different ones in one big open room. Man, it is hard to get a bead on anything that smells in that room because it's all together.
It's like, yeah, just total overload. That was Bed Bath and no, what was it? Bath and Body Works. You ever go into a Bath and Body Works?
Oh yeah.
And like try and insinuate where honeydew ends and peppermint begins? It's impossible. It just smells like a middle school girl.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like when you go into somebody's house and they're burning a candle like for smell purposes, and it's just like, oh wow, that's really strong. What is that one? Oh, it's pine. I love the smell of pine. It's like, okay, well, the worst is when somebody tries to burn one of those while you're eating. It's like, no, we don't do that. It's like a home smell. You can have like a light one, but you don't burn it like at the table while you're eating, because then that's all you smell and taste.
I'm going to need you to put out that candle and wipe off your makeup before I can have dinner at your house, person who invited me over.
And now you know what it's like to have me over. And you know why I don't go most places. Here's my list of demands. I'm sorry, did I invite you? That's not important right now.
No candles, no makeup, no apple-flavored cereal. These are the rules.
I could come up with an entire list of rules that I could conceivably have for somebody if I went over to their house, but I don't get invited anywhere anyway, so that's not going to help me. I'm actually quite accommodating. Invite me over. I'm charming.
Jason, would you like to come over to my house for dinner?
No, because you're going to stab my nipple. This is established.
What if I promise not to?
I mean, you've already put it out there, and I know what kind of provocateur and liar you are.
You'll do anything for a callback. I know this.
Stab me just to say, haha. You should have known.
Episode 52.
Yeah. Like I said, it's season 1, episode 20. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Steve and Jason Are Having a Real Fun Time. We hope you had a real fun time too. Please like us on whatever platform you found us on, and, well, just like us in general.